Time now for the first of our two feature races, the Women's Windermere Cup in lane 1, featuring the University of Washington Women's Varsity 8. Six-time defending champions in this race. In lane 2, the Great Britain Women's National Team, a very worthy opponent today. And in lane 3, the University of Virginia Women's Varsity 8, which finished 5th at the NCAA's last year, part of a 4th place team finish for the University of Virginia. On the right of your screen is the Husky Women's Varsity 8, and a very strong team there, Betsy.
The Huskies are strong. It'll be good to see how they fare against the Virginia crew, because that's going to be a test against Huskies against the East, so we kind of know how we stand in the college rankings. But the real competition is going to come from this British crew, made up of national team members, medalists at the World Championships in their 4 without and their 8 from last summer.
We look quickly at the lineup for the University of Virginia. We mentioned they finished 5th in the Varsity 8. It's just the 3rd year UVA has had a program under Kevin Sauer. Sarah Herrick, the Cox, Ellen Perry, the stroke, Michelle Giller, the 7, Brooke McFadden, the 6. Should mention Ellen Perry, the stroke, by the way, from Beaverton, Oregon. Andrea Sadoff in the 5, Ange McCallum the 4, Kristen Eckelmeyer the 3, Sarah Garrett the 2, and Christina Hilson is in the bow. Interesting comparison for Washington coach Jan Harville here, because Virginia has lost to Princeton by 2.5 seconds and to Brown by 4.5 seconds so far this year, so they'll get a little bit of indication about how they fare against 2 Eastern powers.
Yes.
Now, for the British women's national team, in a very experienced group, it is Sue Ellis is in the Cox position. Mike Spracklin, a veteran coach and a guy who's helped a lot of different national teams and crews. Cath Bishop is the stroke. Sue Walker, a gold medalist at the World Championships at the 7. Lisa Eyre, also a world gold medalist at the 6. Sarah Winkless, a former international discus competitor in the 5. Alex Beaver, a gold medalist at the Worlds in 4. Kate McKenzie in the 3 seat, a City of London Police Force member and an Olympian in 1996. Francesca Zeno in the 2, also a world gold medalist. And in the bow, Libby Henshelwood, who was also part of the gold medalist in the World Championships Coxless 4 in 1997. So a lot of international experience there.
An awful lot of international experience. You can see as they're coming down the race course here, the Brits are looking in good position.
It's a boat race, but I'm going to give it to Great Britain right now as they approach 1,000 meters. And Virginia and Washington are probably cheek to cheek out there. Very, very close. The race is just going to start to open up here as we go through that 1,000-meter mark. But Great Britain, in the middle of your picture, has the race in their hands right now.
And for the University of Washington, the Varsity 8, defending Pac-10 and NCAA champions. Missy Collins is in the Cox, a junior from Bothell. Sabina Talenska, an Olympian, is the stroke from the Czech Republic. Denny Nessler from Pleasantville, New Jersey in the 7 position. Kelly Horton from Blanchette High in Seattle, the 6. Katie Dunnett from West Vancouver, British Columbia, the Canadian Female Sculler of the Year in the 5. Tiffany Sumner from Sunset High in Portland in the 4. Jan Williamson from Edmonds is the 3. Vanessa Tavalero, a sophomore from Sacramento, the 2. And Carrie Green from Bellevue is in the bow.
Okay, we've gone through 1,000 meters, and it is Great Britain with a good boat length on both Washington and Virginia. Virginia being on the left of your screen. Got to give these gals credit now. They've certainly got a lot of international experience. They're older, but to come all the way over here, 9 time zones, and adjust in a few days to put a race like this down, that's a real compliment to them. But it's Great Britain, Washington, and Virginia.
Brits look sharp here, but the Huskies need to go with the Brits right now. They need to be racing up at that level to keep some lead over the University of Virginia. It's a very close race for second right now.
And very tight. Yeah, Betsy, I mean, Washington may have a seat or 2 on Virginia, and I'm sure that's not where they expected to be at this point.
I don't think they expected to be here right now, but they need to put their sprint on, and I think they're taking momentum right now.
Starting to pull as they extend that to maybe 6 or 7 seats as they go by us.
Well, Washington's going to outrow Virginia. They look very tired right now. Sabina's doing a great job in that stroke seat. But it's another race with Great Britain as they approach the Montlake Bridge with about 300 meters to go.
The last time a visitor came up with a victory in the Windermere Cup was a team from Czechoslovakia in 1991. Since then, Washington had won it 6 straight times. But as Jan Harbour really said coming in, Betsy, that the British are probably a little bit better level than we thought we were inviting originally. As we said, this is a very talented international team that the Huskies are facing.
The Brits are world class. They're out here showing it today. We knew going in this was going to be a very tough race for Washington.
Washington, undefeated a year ago, winning the NCAAs, the Pac-10s, winning at San Diego, winning here at Windermere as well, and undefeated in '98 coming into today. Another victory at San Diego, but the Great Britain, the British women's national team, will break that streak today.
Got to be impressed with the University of Virginia because they're certainly not giving up. Quite a new program. I know the coach, Kevin Sowers, has been around a long time, doing a great job. We ought to also point out that a lot of people forget, this is the second year that women's collegiate rowing has been an NC2A sport. And that's why I think we're seeing schools like Virginia, our local schools and whatnot, they're just getting a lot more support, and it shows in the quality of their rowing.
And the great thing for history, Dick, is when they go back and look, the first school to have its name etched on the trophy as the NCAA champions. You said it, Betsy, so always in posterity. And in fact, officially, the first ever NCAA team title for any University of Washington team, because the victories have always been in non-sanctioned or non-true NCAA championship sports before. We watched the British national team come across with the victory. University of Washington, a very strong second-place performance today as we watch the Brits come in. The Huskies will stand very well, I think, in that match with Virginia, and again get a barometer with the rest of the country.
Right. British look a little bit tired here, but they had a good race. They led this thing from 1,000 meters on.
And they're not as tired as the second, third place crews. We know that.
No.
It's a lot easier to win.
Well, the British are across, and Washington and Virginia in their wake. There the Huskies in, as well as the Cavaliers now taking third place. The victory today in the Women's Windermere Cup goes to the British women's national team.